Let's clap. Ready?
It's definitely recording. Let me just double check.
It's recording.
Okay.
That part I know.
Okay.
Ready?
Are we all clapping? Because I'm
Just
holding
me.
the water. Oh,
Today. Are all of us? We all clap?
Hold on.
1, on 3 we clap. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
Rock and roll.
Okay.
Now we've got buttermilk.
Welcome to the Birthday Buddies podcast. If you're not on this podcast, you're not my friend. Right? Let's hurt some people.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes, you know. And
You got a small circle, Joe.
if you
Huge circle.
if you didn't make the pod and you're only going to dinner, you're missing out.
We're here. We're live. We're back. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah. Hello.
Boy, we were cooking right before we
we
hit
were
record.
cooking. Well, now I feel like I'm staring at this tripod. I liked looking at your guys' faces before.
Well, look at our faces.
Hey.
I thought you would set it up more, like introduce us or
Yeah,
something.
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
We're here.
She's like, go.
It's my birthday, April 6th, 1982. This is the 41st anniversary of my birth. And you guys you felt obligated to come over. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, you sent me a text. You were like, "What are you free Thursday?" I said, "Yeah." And then you sent a text on Sunday. Still good for Thursday? I said, "Yeah." And then you sent another text on Tuesday. Still good?
Well, you know, a lot of
That's
people
good
bail.
follow-up.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you're around and available. You know, things pop up.
People do. People pop.
We live in a city of things popping.
A lot of popping. But we're hanging out. We're buddies. We just had a cigar. Not
I'm
you.
nicked up.
No,
Man.
I'm not a cigar guy.
Yeah. That's called a pussy.
But it's the first nice day of the year, so
Very nice. 75 degrees, overcast. You know, you can't.
yeah.
I like the overcast. Call me crazy.
Oh, I'm
No,
pale.
that is crazy.
Love it.
Well, you know, then you don't have to squint.
But you have sunglasses.
That's true. I had the sunglasses on. I don't like squinting.
Yeah. Well,
That's it.
this is big. This is the first episode. We do this. How about all three of us? We do it on our birthdays.
Oh, I love this idea.
When's your birthday?
April 30th.
What?
I know, but we're a different sign.
Quick turnaround. We're going to have to do this again.
You're July 10th, right?
Yeah.
Whoa. Good friend.
Yes.
I
So
know your birthday.
I'm a Taurus. I'm like at the cutoff. You're something else.
I'm Aries.
Oh,
I'm a
jeez.
Cancer.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
We should get Senya down here because she loves this stuff. Our upstairs neighbor, Senya.
Senya.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
It's a great name.
You've met her.
I've met Senya.
I think I remember a Senya.
Who's Senya?
Well, I
Return to Senya?
I think we call her Xenia. But
Xenia.
No, that's the teenage princess or teenage warrior.
I would have remembered. Who's John Cena? Senia.
No,
That's
what am I?
close.
Good seeing you.
See
No,
you
who? Oh,
later.
Xena. What's she? The Xena, the something warrior princess.
Yeah, it was Lucy Lawless, and she was like a lesbian or something. People really liked watching her.
Is it warrior princess?
Yes, it is Warrior Princess.
Wow.
And then she.
Then there's Hannah Barbarian.
Hannah Barbarian?
No, that's Hannah Burner.
Hannah Barbera and Conan the Barbarian.
That's Conan Barbarian, yeah. But then there was Hercules, the handsome man. John Sorbo.
The wrestler?
No, it was another.
Hercules Hernandez.
Yes,
Yes,
but
I
he dropped the
remember
Hernandez. I think they didn't
did.
like Latinos back in the day.
No, they're like, stick with Greek mythology. It's way better.
That's why Emilio Estevez did bad. Martin Sheen.
Oh, yeah,
Good.
he kept the name. Estevez.
Estevez.
But I think he's a better actor than Charlie Sheen. That's a debate.
Emilio?
Yeah,
Emilio is great in Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Love him in Young
He's
Guns.
taping buns together.
And Young Guns, too. And
So
then
you know him.
Emilio is, yeah, he's great in Ferris Bueller. This is a good debate. Because Sheen has the TV show. I don't give a shit about the TV show. Major League's amazing.
Yeah.
Drag him out of here, kick the shit out of him.
They're showing that at Metrograph next week.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What day?
Friday, 1:30 You'll
I'm
probably be
out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. That's one of my favorite films.
It's a great film.
I always say Major League underrated comedy.
Absolutely.
I agree. It flies by. It's a hell of a time. And
They-
they wouldn't even bother making that movie today with all like the MLB teams and license. Like it's crazy.
Right. But I think people think of it as a baseball movie, but it's a great comedy. A million jokes.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
feel good. By the way, did you watch the Adam Sandler Hustle basketball
I
movie?
did. I liked it. Well, you did not want to like it.
I didn't see it. I didn't even hear about
I
it.
had I can't just go into because you know people that know people.
I
I
enjoyed
didn't
it. I'm not saying it's the greatest film ever,
Didn't-
but I enjoyed it.
didn't care for it. But I don't want to get too in detail. This is why I stopped doing the movie podcast because I have a friend who's friends with that guy, and then all of a sudden everyone goes, "Hey, what a stick in the mud!"
Yeah, then the Sandman's gonna come after you.
And then all of a sudden, boo-dee-dee-dee-doo. And then all of a sudden you're like, "Well, your movie's a piece of shit," and you're like, "Okay, well, I didn't."
Didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's going to say that about your movie?
Well, not Adam Sandler necessarily, but then somebody else goes, "Well, you think your movie's better?" And I'm like, "I don't. I don't know." But yeah, it's
I
great.
think it's okay to have an opinion. How can it be bullshit to state an opinion?
Woo! High fidelity.
Well,
Right?
you just told me Simon Rex listens to everything you do. Simon, I love you.
Not everything. I don't want to
hot.
say. I didn't say everything I do. That makes it sound like he's a fanboy.
Oh, that's what I.
Yeah,
Okay.
he listens to Tuesdays, and then we talked about his film, which I loved.
Yeah, me too.
Did you love it too?
What?
The donut movie, Simon
Rocket?
Rex,
Didn't see Red Rocket. I only saw the trailer. I
think you'd like it.
But I did like the trailer, Rex.
I
Good
think
stuff, buddy.
I think you'd like it, Paul
Right.
Simon.
But we're talking about Sheen. We're talking about Estevez. The other day, I was talking about Young Guns,
Love Young Guns.
and my wife was like, "What's Young Guns?" And I was like, "You've never heard of Young Guns? Like the Bon Jovi songs, the films?" So I looked on Roku to see if it was on anything. It was on the Roku channel. You had to watch it with ads. Fired that thing up. This thing stinks.
It probably doesn't
Young
hold
Guns
up.
is so boring.
great. Boring.
It's so much standing around and they're just palling around like ha 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 ha. They're just hitting each other and laughing like like Billy the Kid's just shooting stuff. He's like ha ha ha. It's ridiculous. The only thing I blew my mind about it was I didn't know that the song Regulators by Warren G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all from Young Guns.
Of course.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that? You knew that?
Well, I was
No,
a
I
huge.
didn't know that. No, but I haven't seen Young Guns.
Well, I
There's
was
also Young Guns too, buddy. You got to strap in and double feature.
Young Guns 2 features what huge actor has a very small role in Young Guns, was there on the set, just popped in.
Bradley Cooper.
You're talking
No,
about one or
he's
two?
too young. Bradley Cooper was like 15.
On two?
Part 2. Huge actor. Bigger than Bradley Cooper.
He was just around.
De Niro.
Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Tom Cruise is in Young Guns 2.
I didn't know that. What's he doing?
He gets shot. I think he runs through and gets shot or whatever.
He has to run, yes.
But yeah, Kiefer Sutherland. It was a powerhouse film. Charlie Sheen, Lou Diamond Phillips, Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland.
don't forget about Dulmit.
Who's Dulmit?
Dulmit Mulrooney.
Oh yes, Dulmit Mulrooney.
Is it Dermot? Dulmit?
Dermot?
Oh, it's not Dulmit.
No.
He's not like a boring baseball mitt. Dulmit.
And then part 2 features one of our favorites, Alan Ruck.
Oh, I
yeah.
love Alan Ruck.
Cameron
Love the
Fry.
Rock.
Let my Cameron go.
How about my old pal Ronan doesn't like Ferris Bueller? I mean, isn't
How
that a
could you
shame?
not? Well, it's
If this wasn't such a nice basement, I'd do a spit take all over your wife's stuff.
Whoa. I'd like to spit on my wife's stuff.
it's the most charming. movie.
away from her stuff.
It's a fantastic film, wonderful film, shaped my life. I love it more than anything. I love it more than I love my wife, frankly.
Yeah, and I watched it on the flight home from Denver after we talked about it, and it's fantastic. And I can be a stickler for things. It's
Yeah.
nonsensical, but can't you just have fun with it? It's it's mostly fantasy, anyways. Can't we just? Isn't there like fan theories that it's all in the head?
I don't know. I don't care for those all in the head crap.
No, it's a dumb theory, I suppose.
It's a great commentary too. John Hughes goes through every scene. He's like, "Oh, this guy was great. We found this guy at the mall." You know, he really pulls the whole picture of how great of a movie it was.
Really tied the room together. By the way, that's another fan theory, is that Donnie in Big Lebowski is a figment of imagination, which is just complete horseshit.
No way.
I hate this like theories where people aren't really there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I
Yeah.
felt like the Ferris Bueller theory.
Not
same
everything's
thing.
Fight Club.
No.
It can't all be Fight Club.
And thank Christ, Fight Club stinks out loud.
It really isn't great.
It stinks
it's a
on
bad,
ice.
It's a bad rewatch.
It's for
It's-
like when meatheads are like trying to seem interesting. They're like, "Oh, I read a book."
It's terrible. One of my favorite jokes ever, though, Mike Kaplan has a joke about, he said, sometimes people write a book, it becomes popular, and then they make a movie out of it. Then they re-release the book with the cover of the movie as the book cover
1,000%.
to fool people. Because then people go, "Hey, Brad Pitt is in this book." Great joke.
That is a really funny joke.
And then he says, "So far, just words." Very funny guy.
The first time you saw Fight Club, like me and my friends, we went to my friend's basement, started pushing each other around. Did you guys do that with your friends?
No.
Tried to
No.
get
You were
inspired.
probably younger though.
I was, yeah.
So you were a bunch of rascals.
Yeah, we were hyped up. We were
Yeah,
like-
the boys are buzzing after they see Fight Club.
Yeah. I just think that movie's stinky poo. But we don't have to just talk movies here because I felt like I bailed on a movie podcast. Now we're just doing it while my partner is gone.
the
Oh,
point,
you brought it up. You're like, who's better, Sheen or Emilio? Let's shit on
Well,
Fight Club.
I'm not saying I didn't bring it up. I'm just saying let's.
well, the point was Hispanic people were underplayed in the 90s. Is
In
that what your point was?
WWF, yeah.
And the whole point was Ronan has bad movie takes.
Yeah, the whole point of this whole thing is just trash Ronan. But wait, who's better, Estevez or Sheen?
It's Sheen. Sheen 1,000%.
What?
Hot Shots.
Hot Shots is good.
I mean, Sheen's
Platoon is silly, but he's good.
Platoon is not great.
It's so silly.
But other than Emilio in Breakfast Club, like what are his his performances you would stack up against Sheen's?
Men at Work?
I love Men at Work. They wrote that together.
No kidding.
Yeah. I think Emilio directed that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Estevez, he did a movie called The Way Back or The Way Forward.
I didn't see that.
I don't know what
That was
is.
something, I don't know.
But the Mighty Ducks.
He's got the Ducks
Mighty
franchise.
Ducks. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
Gordon Bombay.
Yes. I love my favorite ending to a movie where Mike Madonna's like, "You want to try out?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay. I've been a lawyer for 15 years with 3 DUIs. I'll try to play fucking NHL hockey. That sounds
With,
right."
The American player with the most points ever,
Hey, nice pull.
Mike Madonna, big teeth.
Ouch.
He's got some chompers on him. If Madonna, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but your mouth is out of control.
Best American hockey player all time. Is it Patrick Kane, you think?
better than Gretzky? Was
What-
Gretzky Canadian?
Gretzky's Canadian.
Well, so Madonna's out of the running, huh?
No, I'm saying Madonna's in there.
At the end of the day, because Kane's not done yet. If he gets a cup
Not
with the
done.
Rangers, probably going to be Kane.
He's got 3 cups.
He's got
Madonna's
3 cups
zilch.
already. Yeah. Well, he got one with the Stars against the Sabres, didn't he?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
God, I forgot about
99,
that.
99,
Wow, well,
the
you
big-
don't forget. You're from Buffalo.
The big no goal. Well, we had so many bad things happen to us, but let's not relive it all.
Yeah, what can you do? Yeah, Buffalo. That's tough.
Yeah.
And where are you from? Virginia.
Virginia Capitals.
Oh, yeah,
So
the
we just-
Caps. They got one.
You're a Caps fan, huh?
Yeah, we had like
2018.
20 years of Ovechkin and
You finally
some-
got it.
some other guys.
And you guys had the best. You guys had the best like player celebration / championship parade. You guys were like animals.
Oh, yeah, that was wild.
Capitals. You guys were like swimming in fountains. And
Oh yeah. Well, Ovechkin, I think lost the cup and then he found it again.
That sounds right. That's a fun squad, though. Tom Wilson, TJ Oshie,
yeah, I remember Oshie.
the other
'cause,
guy.
like, they were showing it on ESPN when they were all doing it, and like everybody was stepping up to the mic to do one thing, like, and they don't even bleep the swears. They're like, "We fucking did it!"
Yes. Yeah.
And then Oshie, like he put his own shirt over his head and like poured a Bud Light. He's like waterboarding himself.
Yeah, it was so great because there was so many like championships where as soon as I moved to New York, they're playing the Rangers in the championship, lose. All the Ranger fans are like, "Woo!" Me and my brother are wearing our jerseys by ourselves, like, "Oh, this sucks."
I remember the Caps as a kid. They had Bobby Carpenter,
Jim Carrey,
Jim Carrey. Wow, former Bruin.
Yeah.
Both former Bruins.
Joey Juno,
Another former Bruin.
and at the time Future Saber. He didn't know it, but
Wow.
he was coming.
Joey
going
Juneau,
places.
number 49. Anyway, well, we're losing everybody with the hockey talk. We'd be better off with movie talk. So I guess Sheen Estevez. There's got to be another Estevez we're missing. What did he do? Wasn't he a cop?
St. Elmo's Fire.
Okay.
It's part of the
Oh,
Brat
man.
Pack films.
That
Big in
movie,
the 80s.
I rewatched that. That does not hold up
it's
at
not
all.
very good.
Is
at
that
all.
premarital
No.
sax? Is that the other one?
Premarital sax?
Yeah, Rob Lowe plays the
Yes.
saxophone. They make the St. Elmo's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he creeps on women, I think.
It's
in the
not a
movie.
good film.
Yeah.
What else is Estevez in?
Because I feel like he disappeared. Sheen never went away.
Yeah, well, Sheen made the TV program there.
Sheen's got the bigger hits on my radar. If I'm thinking like
Sure.
his limited time in Ferris Bueller is amazing. Major League 1 and 2, great.
Platoon.
Platoon.
But I'm talking like good. Like you're watching going, wow, fantastic.
I gotta say, Hot Shots Part 2. He plays Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No, he's good. He's very
Shoots a rubber
good.
chicken, and then the
Shoots
egg
the
falls out of
chicken.
its butt.
Wheels up at
A lot of good
0700.
egg
Wake me up
stuff
at
on there. The
0530.
first one, he fries an egg on that lady's stomach.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They're always doing stuff with eggs in that film. In those film franchises.
Remember the 0530?
Yeah.
Something like that. Remember that joke?
Wait, what was it?
He said, we got wheels up at 8 a.m. And he says, wake me up at 0730. Something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers.
Oh, the old captain
yeah, he
of the
says,
ship.
he says
I haven't seen it
0500.
in a while.
Wake me up at 0430.
I do love that there's a character named Dead Meat.
Changing the numbers every
Dead
time.
meat,
But
yeah, with the
Dead Meat's great.
with the big glasses.
That's the same actor who played Tim Allen's brother on Home Improvement.
oh, I know that guy. He's in Bull Durham, too, I
yeah,
think.
that guy. He made his
Yes.
rounds. He went on a little run. That guy.
Bull Durham. Now that's a film.
That's
That's
good.
a hell of a picture.
That's a great film.
That's a good
That's
film.
one of those movies where I hadn't seen it ever. I probably saw it for the first time like 5 years ago, and it really lived up to the hype.
Yes.
I was like, this is good. I expected it to be dog shit.
oh, it's tremendous. Sexy. First of all, where are you guys at on Susan Sarandon? I think she's hot as fuck.
she had
Yeah.
a streak where I was like, holy moly.
She's
yeah.
streaked?
No. She had a
No,
streak in the
I
90s.
I see.
I wanted to take her out for a meal when I saw her in The Client.
The Client is fantastic.
Love.
Love that. Yes.
She can
Anthony
be my
Edwards is like
lawyer,
a little
yes.
cuck guy.
He's like, oh, Reggie. Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones. That's a fun film.
That is a fun film. Anthony LaPaglia is like the mobster.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird role for him. But
that-
he does great, though.
That's the one with the Amish kid, right? Or no?
No, that's The Witness. Or
Oh,
Witness.
that's The Witness,
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't it
With
the same
Harrison
plot,
Ford.
though?
It's kind of the same, yeah.
Similar.
It sounds the same anyway.
The Client, a guy tries to kill himself or does, a mob guy. And then at one point there's a soda can. They get the kid's fingerprint. Tommy Lee Jones is the big
Yeah.
Oh,
prosecutor.
Brad Renfro plays Mark Sway.
Right.
Oh, Sway.
Yeah.
Boy, you really know this film intimately.
Been flying a lot of planes lately?
I know,
'Cause
yeah.
That's like a plane
Yeah.
movie.
It was scary, though, because our age, that kid was like, they were after him. And I remember
Yeah.
being scared.
I was
what
like, I
if the
hope I never
mob-
witness a crime.
Yes, if the mob comes after me, I'll
ruin
just
my
kill
life.
myself.
So I would just, when I would walk, I would just look straight forward. I didn't want to see anything.
Did you guys think about killing yourselves at an early age all the time?
Oh, yeah. 14, 15.
Yeah.
Really?
I think that was a fad. I think like the music was like, kill yourself, kill yourself.
I never considered it. I never gave it a thought.
But I'm talking about when I was like 7. I would see a film and be like, if I was in that situation, I'd kill myself.
Oh,
Wow. I don't think at 7 I understood the concept of killing yourself.
No, my dad told me early.
What? He pulled you aside and said, look, you can kill yourself if you want.
He's like, just pull
you
that
want
pin.
out, you take it out.
That was your birds and the bees talk.
There's a photo of Susan Sarandon at Cannes Film Festival, ironically.
Cannes.
And she's on a balcony. Everyone can Google it. She's like 28. Her tits are out. She's fantastic. And you see her nips in Bull Durham a couple times.
Yep.
She's really attractive.
She's got a great set of gaiters on her.
Yeah. And I was on a flight with her one time. She's like 99 now, but still.
Did she still have the charisma of the 90s?
She was just sitting at the front. I just kind of walked by her. But she's got a great repertoire. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Thelma and Louise, Bull Durham,
The Client.
Client.
My favorite movie
This guy
ever.
loves The Client. And what's the other one? The pinball. She has the badminton,
Badminton.
ping pong. She owns the ping pong bar. It's not a movie.
Not a movie.
She has. She's invested in the ping pong stuff.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
keep looking at you because I'm like, I don't
It's
know.
called
don't know.
paddle or something like that.
Paddle?
Paddle.
There's a hot spin mix, something. There's a big hot ping pong club, and she's like an owner.
What year is this?
No, currently.
Oh, she's currently the owner? Oh, that's taken over Caroline's Comedy Club.
Is that right?
That's what I heard.
Well, that's Sarandon.
Wow.
Saran wrap.
Oh, I didn't know she's a GM of.
She
of-
ran
I'm telling
Caroline's
you.
out of town with her ping pong empire. This is insane. We're learning a lot today.
Yeah, Sarandon was hot.
Yeah.
I like her at Team America. I don't know if you've seen that recently, but she plays a puppet.
I haven't watched it, but I love that film
And
too.
they go, Susan Sarandon, your skills have withered with age. Her acting skills. And then she pulls out guns and goes, you'll die a peasant's death. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't
I've
remember
seen-
that.
I saw that
I
movie
liked,
once.
Even Rocky had a
It's good.
montage. It's a very funny movie.
The
it
songs are
is
good.
a funny
yeah,
movie.
but-
Yeah. I like those South Park guys. They're great.
Yeah, I never watched South Park, but I know it's great.
It's great. Cannibal the musical is great that they made. I mean, now we are back on films again. You know?
I know. It's hard not
It's
to.
hard not to.
Well, we can talk Seinfeld. We talk a lot of Seinfeld.
Yes, I love Seinfeld.
Yeah, we do. We all love Seinfeld.
We were just talking about Putty. It's making me laugh.
Putty's the greatest.
Putty,
He's just sitting like this.
Putty just sitting. That's all he does with his time. It's just
phone rings. He even looks at it first. He's like,
just to confirm that's where the sound is coming from.
"Oh, I'll get that.
I'll be back. We'll make out.
I don't get stuff like that."
I can't dip you a meal. This is just a snack. The way she's looking at him, do you think Julie Louis-Dreyfus is the most talented woman of all time?
Hands down, yeah.
And
That's
she didn't have
sexy.
to be. Like, she comes from money. She could have just put her feet up and said whatever.
Oh, I suppose so, yeah.
Which is that blows me away. I'm like, she's a hero.
But what a resume. Christmas Vacation, she's phenomenal.
Yep.
SNL, she's got some fun things. Seinfeld, next level. Veep is something I never saw, but I heard things.
And she won Emmys for the old Christine.
Yes.
The Adventures of Old
Oh,
Christine. She
that's
like
true.
won Emmys for that.
and just keeps getting more attractive and is
Yeah.
so pitch perfect in the show. The way she's staring at him in that first Putty episode, where she's like this.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
David-
We have to talk. That's cool.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
You gotta be kidding. How come? Great show, great program. By the way, I always talk about how season 7 and 8 is like off the rails, insane.
Not 7.
So 8 and 9, I mean.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm
8
gonna
and
say,
9, yeah.
7 does. Mark and I were just talking about this. 7 does start to get pretty kooky.
No, 7. Yeah, definitely starts going down because isn't that where like George gets committed to the nut house?
Yes, that House
That's
episode
where
is
it
very
gets a little
strange.
pop.
Yes, and he starts doing the big George that he did in 8 and 9 that I hate. They're
Yes.
like, George is getting upset, and he starts like yelling. He
Yeah.
gets much bigger.
He starts doing he's like a cartoon character. He's like, it's so mad.
Yes, and like
he's got like catchphrases and
he's in anger management all of a sudden.
I
He's like,
wasn't
Twix!
talking to you, Pinhead.
Yes.
We had a deal. The
Yes.
pigeons.
That no deal with the squirrel. He starts to get that really
like,
big George.
Yeah,
Yes.
he goes too big.
It's too big. But yeah, 7 starts to get weird, like Kramer on the back of the truck. It starts to get still fun and great.
Right. Is
Um,
Play Now 7 or is Play Now 8?
Play Now's 8.
Yeah, that's
Play
off.
Now might
That's-
even be 9.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6 are the best.
But-
5 and 6.
Yeah,
for sure.
4, 5, 6 are fantastic.
Because that's when George figures out he's Larry instead of Woody.
Yes.
And 2 and 3 have got some real good episodes too.
There's some pearls in there for sure.
Season 2 is the Chinese restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And season 2 also has the busboy, which has like not only like just a fun episode, but like that's like one of my favorite Elaine moments. She's trying to get that guy out of his apartment during the bus.
Oh,
parade. She's
yes,
like-
yes, yes.
She's like jogging in place. She's like, "Shut up and pat."
Yes. That's
I got some
great.
cashews in there. That guy's fantastic.
That guy's great. And also,
He's so ugly too. He's like so bald and
Yeah, he's just a big oaf.
he's a big oafy guy with Elaine.
also one of the great moments in the history of the show is what's his name? Lawrence Tierney as her dad.
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Bennett.
that's
And he
season
goes,
2. Yeah,
We'll tell him we're frightened and we have to leave, which is one of the best lines in the history of anything.
they blew his brains all over the Pacific.
Nothing funny about that. They both reach for the drink. Yeah, some great stuff. But
Plenty of ice.
5 and 6 that's where it really is.
It is
primo.
humming. It is humming at 5 and 6.
Yeah.
If Elaine's dad told you not to switch your code around, would you do it? I don't know why Jerry did it. I would just.
Yeah, it is a part in that episode. As much as I love it, it bothers me.
Yeah.
It bothers me that he ruined his jacket for this guy
Who
It's
barely
not,
knows. You'll
and
never
he's not,
see
and he's
again.
not even dating Elaine anymore.
I know.
It's like a friend's dad.
yeah,
Really?
You got to ruin your suede coat.
But I get it. You're scared. He's frightening, and Jerry's a child. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. Jerry is a child.
You're like a child. Big Lebowski. Back to Lebowski.
Back to the films.
Coen Brothers.
Yeah, they're the best.
They're
I got
good.
my Fargo, but where is my poster? She took down all my goddamn posters. Where's my damn
I just
guide?
watched Blood Simple for the first time.
Oh,
Oh,
Blood Simple's
dude,
fun.
so
That's a hell of
good.
a watch.
It's a great film, and then does this ever happen to you? You watch something and you go, "This is awesome,"
Yes.
and then you read about the people who made it, and like I read about it, and the Coen Brothers are like, "That movie stinks." They hate it.
Oh, really?
I'm like, how could you hate? I get it that like it's the
We
first.
all hated him.
Yeah.
That's an early Seinfeld. That's 3.
yeah.
But anyways, they hate it.
They hate, and then it's like I get that it's like your first thing, and you've made a ton of great films since then. So maybe when you watch it, it's hard for you to I don't know, like
Well, they got criticism because they were like, it's been done. They just ripped off old hard-boiled detective stories. I'm like, this has never been done.
Well, one of the things
Yeah, I
about
loved
that
it.
film, and Ronan made this point. Ronan has many great points, and he's a great comic and a great guy, and I wish he was here. Just kidding about the last part. But that movie
not enough space
lacks...
on the couch.
That movie lacks their... It's going to be too many sandwiches. That movie lacks their humor. It's not hilarious. It's not really funny.
No,
they
it's-
end up doing all the stuff they do in that, but with amazing humor. In fact, a lot of elements in that movie come back later in No Country
Exactly.
and in
Yeah.
Fargo, of course.
Yeah.
But that movie still fucking kicks ass, and Frances McDormand's hot in that movie.
She's amazing.
she is, and the scene of the guy's hand being through the wall.
Oh, that was great.
Emmett, what's his name?
He's like
Till?
a bigger Joe Don Baker guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's awesome.
And he like basically did that movie as like kind of like a favor to them. Like he really was like it was a get for them at the time.
And Sam Raimi was involved in that film, and they shot a trailer first to get the money.
Which I thought was so cool how all these directors back then were like buddies.
Yeah,
You know,
That
they all
is
helped each
cool.
other out. Like George Lucas would help Spielberg.
right.
And now these are the next generation of that. Now that I don't think that ever happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Films are in a tough place, but we're three buddies.
We are three buddies.
Yeah, you made a film.
I did make a film.
Tell them about it.
It's called Sound of the Island. I mean, we originally were going to just go with the Italian, like Suono dell'Isola, but it's a mouthful. And people don't like that. So Sound of the Island's okay too. That's a good name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that's why I was talking about Blowout before because I didn't know about Blowout's existence. In that film, I wrote with my buddy. I play like a sound guy who captures sounds for films and television. He goes to Sicily to try and track down his bloodline. He's capturing sounds. He's, and he's just kind of, it's like a realistic take on like if you went to a place for like and decided to stay, like I get a job, I get a crush, and then I'm like, should I just move to Sicily? And it's kind of one of those things where you like learn like. You might think life here is like just easygoing thing, but it's its own ecosystem, and you might not fit in, and it kind of like maybe spits you out.
You meet somebody named Apollina, and then she dies in a car explosion.
Apollonia.
Apollonia.
Apollonia! No!
Is that Godfather 2?
Yeah, Godfather 1.
Oh, one.
yeah.
Okay.
Godfather 2, they kill that guy, and it's a deleted scene that I just watched recently. But when can I see this film? Can you send me a link? Because
I can send you a link. I've sent links to friends who've requested links, and they don't watch.
Well, I want to
And
watch.
I don't care. I'll send the link either way because I don't give a shit nowadays. It's because it's just sitting there. We're gonna do something. We're gonna either put it up on someplace. I don't know, and we still haven't had a New York premiere. It's so hard. You know how it is.
I tried. I've tried a couple times. I got
Yes.
a guy on
No,
it.
you've been
and
awesome, yeah.
This one guy just doesn't respond, and it's annoying.
But I will gladly send you a link, and you can watch it tonight or tomorrow.
Let's watch it at
Tonight.
Bartolino's.
Yeah, fire this up.
I don't know about tonight. It's my birthday.
But yeah,
it's not a birthday movie. But
We shot it in Sicily for over 6 weeks, and it's
Oh, that's nice.
and if I'm not mistaken, there's a woman involved in this film.
there's some women involved in the film.
Yeah,
yes.
wow.
Yeah.
My dream is to be cast in a movie where I'm with a woman, just making love. You make love and you touch her tits.
There's
and
no
stuff?
making love.
Ah,
There's a
jeez.
couple
All
of
right.
smooches. But
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
Simulation sex.
Now, Andrew, you've smooched a woman at one point.
A couple.
On film or just in general?
One time I had to do it for an acting class
Whoa!
in front of people. I had to kiss a woman. It was horrible.
Really? What a weird act.
But is it like?
Oh, my friends were in the crowd.
Was it like? Did they act? Because I've never. That was the only time I've done something like that. Was it a full-on kiss, or did you guys do some kind of like actory trick?
No, it was a full-on smooch. Oh, so bad. It was
Yeesh.
literally just thinking about it makes me cringe.
What's the scene? Was there a scene or just a kiss?
Yeah, it was like it was literally like in the script because we were new. It's like
Nude?
new.
Oh, new.
Nude was a different movie, but no, there was like the script says and they kiss, so we would say our line and then just.
But that's like such a.
It was
vague, like because there's different degrees or levels of kissing.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Just they have a kiss, like that could be that could be a peck, that could be that's up to you. So did you just like, hey, are we doing this?
Well, I think we were both so new at acting that we literally just read our lines and then it was the most unnatural looking thing probably to an audience. Like I said something, she said something, then we just moved in and smooched. It seemed
Wow.
like an eternity, but I think it was pretty quick. My friends were there.
Yeah, that's awkward. It's a weird thing. That's why a lot of cast members end up falling in love because you got to sit and really look into each other's eyes and talk and kiss.
Yeah, it's weird.
And we had to go over the scene. Like I think she came over to my apartment and we had to like kiss in my. It's really bizarre. Acting is just horrible.
It is a weird thing, and my buddy who directed was like, you should probably like talk to these actresses and like practice the kiss. And I was like, I'm not like walking up to an actress and being like, hey, you want to practice the kiss? It just seems so like we want to get it right, don't we? I don't know. So I didn't do that. We just kind of did it in the moment, and I think it works. I don't know, like, but they're not like, it's not like a big like,
It feels weird though in movies to like Woody, who I'm a huge fan of. He's my, I don't want to say hero because people will get mad, but I love him. And he just writes a movie a year, and he's like, I'm making out with Jessica Chastain, I'm making out with Penelope Cruz, I'm making out with...
This is a thing with old grotesque comedians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Gary Shandling did this, Jerry Seinfeld does this, where it's like, I'm just going to have hot women making out with me and dating me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Who was the guy in Taxi Driver who worked at the company?
Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks. He's like kissing women in 90s movies too. And
But
he's gross.
I don't know if he's that gross. Is Albert
God.
Brooks as gross as those other guys?
I don't know, but Lost in America, that's a hell of a film. You watched that recently on my
Don't
rec,
call me
right?
retardo. Can I say Dude, I laughed so hard at that one part because I love Albert Brooks, and it's the way he says it is just
That's a hell of a picture. Maybe we should watch that later. Get together, the buddies, have
All right.
dinner, and throw Lost in America on there. And
listen, I'm a runtime guy. It's
You
a
are
pretty
a
short
runtime
film.
guy.
It's a pretty short film.
It's a tight 90.
I ended up buying it because it was one of those things when I went
Yes.
to go rent it on Prime. It was like, you could have this for $6 or you can rent it for $5. And I was, come on.
well, that's a movie. What's her toes? Haggerty, Julie Haggerty.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, comedies got no respect, no love, no nothing. She should have got. If that happened now, I think she'd get an Academy Award nomination. She is tremendous in
Yeah,
that film.
nowadays, that would be like the Little Miss Sunshine of the year.
Yes,
They're like little indie fun road flick.
the Juno.
but I think I probably told you this story. Junos.
Juno.
I
Joey
do know.
Juno.
Joe Juno, 49, baby. Left wing. Boy, I really loved hockey when I was a kid. I mean, I still love it now, but when you're a kid, you're really just in there.
Yeah.
Because you're
You
all
got-
popped up on hormones and they're fighting. You're like, yeah.
And you got cards. You got the little pictures of them. It's fun.
Joey Juno.
Sticker books.
Wait, what was I going to say about that fucking
You were
film?
gonna say-
Oh, I think I've told you this fun fact before, but he wrote the movie, they made the movie, they played it for test audiences, and in the movie, she loses the entire nest egg immediately at Vegas. They save up all their money, and I don't want to give too much of it away. That's the plot, I guess.
It happens pretty early.
You're talking about Lost in America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She loses all the money, and the test audience was like, we hate this woman. This woman's awful. Why wouldn't he fucking hit her and leave her? And so they had to add the scene where he chews her out and he gives the nest egg speech. He's like, you don't know how a nest egg works. I don't want you to say nest. I don't want you to say egg. You can't order eggs. And he really gives her the business because they felt like they were like, you got to address this. She just lost all of your money.
Right.
Great scene. Great movie. And who's that guy? He's in the background of my Penny Marshall. Gary Marshall.
Gary Marshall.
What a scene.
You made me laugh. Yeah, he's great.
You're a nice guy. You make me laugh. No. Oh, fun movie. Anyways.
So speaking of test audiences, I just saw a thing I think you both would like about the Planes, Trains, about how the original test audience viewing, the Tom Candy had a big monologue about how he's homeless and
John Candy.
what did I say?
Tom Kenny? SpongeBob?
Tom
The voice of SpongeBob?
Tomcat.
John Candy.
John Candy.
John Candy has a
Yikes.
monologue about how he's homeless and he has no home and his wife's dead, and they said audiences started laughing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, because he's just always so funny.
So he's always so funny and charming.
Oh,
It's supposed to be a heart-wrenching scene, but people are like, homeless? They cut
That's amazing.
They cut
You
the whole
can't
thing.
not be funny.
So they cut the whole
A
thing.
little.
Am I being funny right now?
A little. It's so sexy the way Elaine says a little in that.
Yeah,
She's like, a little.
she's got a lot of sexy scenes. But that reminds me of, I've told this story a couple times, but I went and saw Rear Window, one of my favorite films ever.
Yeah.
Hitchcock.
Still holds up.
The best Hitchcock movie, I think. I saw it in the theater in L.A.
Oh, something's going on.
years ago. By the way, one of the craziest plot points ever is that he's trying to like break up with Grace Kelly throughout the film. Literally the hottest women in the history of women
Yes.
on the planet. Sexiest, most graceful, no pun intended woman ever. And old, raggedy, broken leg Jimmy Stewart's like, we can't be together. I'm like, what are you, nuts?
I'm keeping my options open. playing the field.
Well, he's gonna be healed
sense.
soon. You know,
It doesn't make sense.
she's dead weight.
She's like, just let me suck you off, Jim, or whatever his name is. I forget.
yeah.
What is his name? I'll think of it. It's like something. It's a young person's name. It's a fun name.
Biff.
No, not Biff. I know him. Also Tom Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Second Tom Wilson
right,
reference. But I went and saw the movie, and I think it was a lot of young people that hadn't seen the film, and I've seen it many times. I love it. And then the last scene, he falls out of the window, and it's like, however they shot it back then, it just looks cheese balls.
It looks horrible.
And everybody burst out laughing, and it like broke my heart.
Just ruined the movie for them.
And I'm like, can't you just suspend? It's 1958 for fuck's sake.
That happened with another Hitchcock movie where the guy's holding on to the Empire or Statue of Liberty and he falls.
Oh yeah.
But I think he learned from the rear window, and so he like jolted the guy's chair, so he looked genuinely scared.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the audiences believed it, I guess.
I think Rear Window is 54, actually. I want to correct that because people will go,
They'll get
no,
you."
you fucking idiot. Jeffrey is his name. Jeff. His
Jeff.
name is Jeff.
Big Jeff.
Yeah, Birds
Hello,
is
Jeff.
so funny.
Birds is hilarious.
So slapstick. Look at these birds. They're so determined.
I like The Simpsons when they make fun of it. Mole Man is in the phone booth. He's like, I'll need your biggest bird feeder. He's like, no, I need a bigger one than that.
Hans Molman.
You know what's funny? Speaking of birds, today, Sarah, I never thought of the Yardbirds and the Birds.
Two different bands.
And she confused it. We were listening to some song at Starbucks. I was like, I like this song. She's like, it sounds like the Yardbirds. And you never want to be like, no, it doesn't. But I was like, Yardbirds. I was like, this is a little jingly jangly. And
She
she's
had her
like, and then
birds
she goes,
mixed up.
well, there's there is a season. And I was like, oh, the birds. Because the Yardbirds is like, train kept a rolling all night
For your
long.
love.
Yeah.
For your love.
That song stinks.
I like For Your Love.
It's
You don't
okay. I like it if you like
Like,
it.
you don't like For Your Love?
It's okay.
Oh, man. It rocks.
Was that...
That was like
Jeff
everybody.
Beck, Jimmy
Beck,
Page.
Clapton.
Yeah. It's like a
Clapton.
super group. Clapton,
Yeah.
yeah.
Clapton is God.
It was like pre-cream.
I always thought like they always show that thing Clapton is God. Like one guy spray painted Clapton is God.
And it blew everybody's mind.
And then
Yeah.
for years, people were like, they used to call him God. They said God. I'm like, well, one asshole called him God.
Yeah.
I don't.
And now he's got the world's worst nickname. He's Slow-Hand.
Oh, yeah.
that is
Slow hand.
sucks.
That
Yeah.
sucks. Hey, I'm Slow-Hand.
What is
Whoever
that
came
even-
up with that has a slow brain. Birthday.
Birthday.
Hey, this is fun. We should do this more often.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Bring us down to the sofa.
The big three.
We got some good flair back here, too.
This is like some Saturday night's main event WWF shit.
Oh, yeah.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
We should watch some of that sometime together. We should all just get together and watch things. Yeah, you could do Jim the Anvil
Oh,
Neidhart.
I love Neidhart. He's great.
I'll be Brett.
Was great.
Is he dead?
He's dead. We lost Jim.
Boy, they
Well,
are
we
all
lost them all.
they are all dead.
Dropping
Yeah,
like
one of the
flies.
Bushwhackers just died a few days
Yes, I
ago.
saw that.
We lost Butch, but we still have Luke.
I thought I've mentioned this before on podcasts, but I think one of the funniest things ever. I was into wrestling from '88 to '93, the big 5 years.
That's a good year to be in.
That was
A good
primo.
window, I mean.
But one of the Royal Rumbles, Bush, I don't know if it was Luke or Butch, but he came in, he did the big march, and he walks in one end and walks straight through and gets tossed, and he keeps walking. He gets eliminated and just walks right back out. And I remember even as a kid being like, that's hilarious. They did
Yeah.
like a comedy sketch.
Yeah, because
right.
that's what they're there for. Yeah,
They're fun.
it always blew my mind though that they were like licking children's heads. These like smelly Australian men.
The Bushwhackers?
Yeah, they would come out and they would like lick kids' heads with their parents. Like I would be not happy about this smelly criminal.
Well, those parents aren't the best.
I think there was no germs in the 80s. But you know what I like too is that I think is funny is Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who's still alive. I follow him on Instagram.
Oh,
His gimmick was the thumbs up and ho.
yeah.
Like, what was he just left alone? On like Vince was like, "You
Yeah.
come up with something on your own. I'm working on the Ultimate Warrior," and he was like, "I came up with this."
and I got wood.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, 2x4.
I got a
It's
piece of wood and a thumbs up.
It's lit the
I'm
2x4.
a drunk contractor. Oh,
I remember, I think I got that action figure for Christmas, and I'm like, this is what he's holding?
That's such a fucking funny gimmick. Oh,
yeah. And he also seemed kind of, a little touched. I don't know how you say it.
a little slow.
Yeah.
Slow hand.
He was always like cross-eyed, be like, I love America. And you're like, he seemed like he just loved America and probably oldies. I don't know.
One of my favorite things to do is I go on Wikipedia and I just go through entire wrestlers' career, where they came up. And it's weird because for us, our age, we came of age when WWF blew up. So we had no understanding of like the territories and everything. That like people would wrestle in an area and then go to another area.
Yeah.
Like I just like turned 6 the year wrestling just went full national crazy huge. Not the year, but when it
Yeah,
got
because
the
we were
biggest,
boys when Hogan was the biggest
Yeah.
thing, and he was the biggest.
which is wild. And Vince McMahon Sr. was like, I want him to be Irish because McMahon. And then he's like, they wanted his hair to be red, and he's like, I'm not dyeing my hair. And you're like, okay, you'll be a blonde Irish guy. But that's why they gave him the name Hogan.
Oh.
His real name is Balia or something like
Yeah,
that. He's
Terry-
like an Italian guy.
he's Terry-
Balia.
Terry Bullia. You're not gonna bully it.
Believe that. We should wrap up because I'm afraid my phone's going to run out. Let me make sure it's still recording.
Yeah, we could just be talking to nobody here.
Oh, we're rolling, man.
Oh yeah.
This is hot. But we should wrap up.
Okay,
Well,
it's time for dinner.
Okay.
What, you don't want to wrap up?
Oh, we're talking about wrestling. I don't know.
Well, we can keep going. I don't want to go all
You know,
day.
we talk about wrestling, and we talk about wrestling.
We don't have to go all day here. I don't want to.
Well, this just happened to me. So, like, my cousin is a color commentator in WCW, or was.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Schiavone.
Wait, you're actually related to Tony Schiavone?
Like, super distant. And I was at New York Comedy Club, and some comic who I won't name is like, "Oh, are you here because of your cousin?" And I was like, "What?" I didn't even know what he was talking about. And I was like, "Who?" And he's like, "Tony Schiavone." And I go, "You think he got me a comedian job?"
this like, because he disappeared for a while.
He's gone. He hasn't been relevant in 30 years.
But he is now. He's on AEW now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
AEW pretty much just like resurrected all of the old WCW stuff. It's like they had the same ring announcer for a minute.
Oh, really?
And it's like Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone. It's like Sting is around.
Sting and then...
Sting is like 63 and still going.
Is Goldberg
Wow.
still there?
Goldberg still wrestles a lot with WWE now and then, but he's not at AEW yet.
Oh, man.
But Sting is like still good. It's kind of sad because he's got face paint on. He's an old... Because like the thing with the wrestlers with the face paint is when they start... After the match starts, it starts coming off.
Immediately,
Yes.
Yeah, like those guys from Demolition always look like shit by the end.
Yeah.
And then they cut their heads and the blood mixes with
Yeah.
the paint. That's not good for your bloodstream.
No, it can't be.
The paint.
It probably gives them a nice high though.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, these wrestlers are all drug addicts.
Oh, yeah.
Demolition, that was like those were my guys.
They were totally cool, and you didn't realize as a kid that they're just like dressed up like S&M guys. Like,
Yes, exactly. And here's the thing that doesn't make sense. One of the years, the Royal Rumble, because I follow some of these on Instagram because I love the old school wrestlers.
Yeah.
It brings me back to my childhood. But one of the years, this is so fucking silly and stupid, but it made sense as a kid, where the Royal Rumble, they supposedly draw numbers, of course, so it's random. And 1 and 2 were Axe and Smash from Demolition.
oh,
They were
I
tag
remember
team.
that. They wanted them to fight each other. Yeah.
And then they just tune each other up. They're just beating the shit out of each other. And they're like, anything goes. There are no friends, no foe. Everything's great. And you're like, but in any kind of reality, these two would just be like, oh, great, let's just chill here for 3 minutes.
yeah, they'll bring out
exactly.
another guy. We'll kick the shit out of
Yeah,
him.
it
Yeah.
literally makes no sense. And
Yeah.
the third guy comes and they double team on him, but you're like, why would they do that?
I remember that because they were trying to play up that like the Axe and Smash were such badasses that they wouldn't
Yes.
even, you know, they'll beat the shit out of each other if they have to.
Right, of course. But,
Yeah.
But
really,
it's dumb. It's dumb
It's-
because it would make, logically speaking, it's so hard in wrestling because there's so many things that make no sense. You're like, this is just you have to like suspend all disbelief.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one live? One of those matches?
Yeah, dude.
It gets
It's
emotional
fun.
in the crowd. The crowd is like crying and like upset that their favorite wrestler is losing and stuff.
That's
it makes
hilarious.
you really feel smart.
Yeah. You know who's into wrestling that's surprised? Rick Rubin is a huge WWF guy.
The Beastie Boys producer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's like a Zen Buddhist guy, but he loves wrestling. I was listening to an interview. He's like a big wrestling fan.
He looks like a wrestling fan. Just the beard.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, wrestling, I mean, it's an art form.
Yes, sure. It's
He's
fun.
an artist.
That's true. That's true, Marty.
These performers have to do so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So I'm excited to know that you're related to Tony Schiavone. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
my friend.
But you go by Schiavone.
Yeah, he changed it for showbiz because it matches
Tony Schiavone. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So my friend wants to do a world wrestling. I guess there's like a festival or some big thing every year now. You know, it just happens.
WrestleMania?
WrestleMania.
Yeah. That's been around for quite some time.
So he wants
That's
to have
V1.
he wants to have an adjacent like comedy festival, and he wants Schiavone on Schiavone.
Oh.
Something me and the other guy which is going to be so awkward.
That's
'cause
fun.
We never met.
But see, I never knew him. I think I was out by the time he came. I was a Gorilla Monsoon guy.
Oh yeah, he was good.
He was the greatest.
Yeah,
him and Bobby Heenan were just
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
Bobby
was my
Heenan's
hero, yeah.
unbelievably funny.
He's
Great
great.
timing.
Yeah,
What happened to him?
He's dead.
he died. He had cancer. He had cancer.
He had cancer.
No car accident.
Not car accident. George,
Seinfeld.
you got a rug. All right, Jack.
She's talking to Blue Streak now, Jack. Boy, Lovitz is something, huh?
Great.
George, bad news. Can't get you the parking space.
Some scofflaw, and you can't fight City Hall.
You can't fight City Hall.
Some scofflaw.
You didn't. I did. Great film. We got to wrap it up. Let's go get some dinner. We hit everything. We hit all the topics. WWF, Seinfeld,
Movies,
films,
Music.
Estevez.
The Yardbirds.
Estevez, the
Boy,
Birds. Boy, we had a good time
I
here.
will do anything.
This is the Birthday Buddies. Andrew Chavone,
See you later.
Matt Wayne. Oh, yeah. Some people might not even know your names.
I'm Matt Wayne.
I'm Andrew Chavone.
Yeah. Where are you guys at? Tell them. Tell them, buddies.
I'm around, you know.
I'll see you in the building.
Wheels are in motion.
Matt Wayne, no Wayne in hell.
No Wayne in hell. Check me out.
And it's
Jack.
my name is. It'll be in the description, right? Lex will put this
Yeah,
on.
Lex
I don't know how to do that.
Well, Lex will do it.
Yeah, I hope so. I
Lex
guess.
still has some of my clothes.
Here's your clothes.
Well, because I did a sketch with Greg Stone,
Ah,
and then I had to like change clothes within the scene. I just left them in this man's house.
Yeah.
He held them for me though. It's been like 2 years,
okay.
so I got to get those back.
Get those back. And I'm Joe List, and you're on my YouTube channel. And yeah, don't write anything mean. Write something nice. Correct
it's his
us.
birthday.
It's my birthday.
nice.
Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be
Someone else's
October
birthday.
48. 48. What does that mean? All right, this is it. Birthday buddies. George is saying cut it.